Now that you've claimed authority over your life, not anybody else's life, your life, to walk away because of the trials and tribulations. Yes, they come along a lot of times to make us stronger. But when we continue to go back, repeat, continuously, okay, yes, we have forgiveness in our heart. We're done with it. We're not going to think on it. But sometimes we do have to think on it, even though we do have the forgiveness in our heart. But when we really, really mean it, does it mean that we have to go back to a place that is familiar to whoever may be causing such dangerous, harmful, unhealthy, using us as subject matters, using us to be the scene, the butt of the joke, for us to feel downtrodden, for us to feel without, for us to have like a loneliness about us? Like, if you're not careful dealing with people that's not healthy for you, they will put you in a position to feel like you need them, but you will cross yourself out. If you are not careful, you will not take the word accountability seriously. Meaning, we can do all this praying, we can ask God, Lord, help us to forgive this person. Lord, help me to walk away from this person. But when we honestly don't have a made up mind to self love, to have accountability, to not put it all on God, God, well, you wouldn't have made it possible for me to be back in the situation to be dealing with this person again. Now, persons of examples, this could be your other half. Sometimes people can get caught up in situations and before they know it, they become the child to the parent. See, that's leveraging too much of who you are. God don't want us in positions where roles are reversed, meaning you were not meant to be here. Your purpose of being here was not to come here to be a doormat. God did not give us life and give us life more abundantly that we can't make self help decisions when we are like, look, enough's enough. My mental health of peace is not going to be the doormat, meaning I'm not going to overwork myself with this 9 to 5 because my grown child, my grown kids want to try to put me in debt for continuous mistakes that they want to continue to make, to continuously have this disrespectful side of them, to want to mistreat, but think every time they come back to say, I'm sorry, mama, I'm sorry, dad, I'm sorry, grandpa. Can I get some money? Can I get some help? And it puts them in a position where they basically have to let me not even say that, because a lot of them don't even come back to say I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to put a situation in perspective where you got to walk away, lock the door until they really, really mean it. Sometimes you can get caught up in the wrong relationship, so to speak. And it's time to be held accountable to say, okay, it's time to walk away. Sometimes you get caught up, sometimes in the wrong church. Sometimes parents get too easily comfortable and you find yourself being easily taken advantage of for no reason by the things that they say. Sometimes you have siblings that get too overly comfortable, but there comes a time where you absolutely have to stick to walking away. You have to have a plan in mind. Okay, once you done walked away, don't think the prayers are done. Don't think you cannot no longer pray over your body, pray over your spirit, pray over your mind, that you'll be strengthened not only physically, but you'll be strengthened financially as well. Because what can easily happen, you can get put in a really weird position where it's like, gosh, now I got to go back to them. No, you don't. Have your plan worked out. Know what you will and will not accept. Have your boundaries in mind. See, people want you a lot of times to be able to be dependent upon them. They want you able to come back to crawl to them like you need them. And it's okay. We are not to be in this world alone, but at the same time, we're not to be in this world for people to get so comfortable to the point where they want to destroy us. And we don't know what it is that they're practicing behind the scene. When I'm saying get in line, get in tune, get in alignment with what your body, your mind, your spirit is really communicating with you. Now, I'm not saying every person has to be cut off. I'm not saying every person is a bad person. I'm not saying once you have a talk sometimes, like a one on one talk, that people can't change and they can really mean it. But I'm just saying, if it's a constant person, and you know when they come into the room that your spirit is sometimes suppressed. What is that about? You know, when they come to the room, as soon as they ain't even opened up their mouth, but what you feel is like, okay, this is not healthy for me. And then soon you're like, okay, I'm gonna try it. As soon as they open up their mouth, and then next thing you know, they spewing out something that is unhealthy. That's not going to take you nowhere. That's going to make you feel worse. Seeing why would you want to be around a person continuously when you pretty much already know what to expect? And let me tell you, sometimes it's so hard for people to get over it. Once you decided to walk away, once you decide to say, look, I'm going to let go, I'm going to let God, I'm in a season of isolation right now. I got to do what's best for me. People will then sometimes take a double look at themselves to say, what have I done? Let me question myself. What have I done? This was a really good hearted person that I just took it upon myself just to mess up this relationship because it made me feel good. It made me feel empowered. It made me feel on top. It made me feel like, okay, yeah, I like them driving that car. That's from a 2005. I like the clothes that they wear because I mean they ain't into name brand know how, and even if they was, they wouldn't even know how to even put the names together. Sometimes people intentionally just like to see you do bad. They like to know that the confusion is going on in your mind. They like to know that you have confusion. You have divides going on in your home. They enjoy hearing that you're having problems on your job. They enjoy hearing that you might be in the midst of a divorce, a breakup, a separation from your job, a separation. They like to hear sometimes about discord that's going on with your children. They just like for your life to be full of problem after problem after problem because they want to know whatever it is that they're speaking behind the scenes about you or whatever they're feeding your mind about, meaning I think you're an angry person. You know you're not angry, but they just trying it out for you to become this angry person. Then they want to try it out and say little trigger words. I've heard people intentionally say, I love to use trigger words because I want to get a response. I want to see that person swell up. I want to see them try to charge at me. I want them to try to throw them paws up because I'm already prepared. I want to steal on them first. I'm telling y'all, it is a very, very weird, questionable world out here as to what extremes people will go to try to see at any lengths that people want to see you fail. But when your mind is made up, again, you have to be the one that's being held accountable to say, I will not go back into that relationship. Don't get so familiar with what is darkness because, see, you're chosen. You are the light. You are the person that comes into the room to empower it. You are the person that cuts off the negativity talk, but it was just that one time that turned to maybe the two times, three times, four times, however many times that the person got too comfortable and you thought, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. Maybe they're having a bad day. But as soon as you decide to say, I like talking to you. I enjoy talking to you. But when you start to say things like, and it takes away from me, I'm not okay with that. Well, guess what? Now you're putting up your boundaries. You're showing a self of a defensive mechanism side. And basically, people don't like to be corrected. People do not like to be slowed down. When people can't interact, the mean girl syndrome, when people cannot interact with the syndrome of being the type of man where they feel so comfortable to try to belittle somebody because these roles can be reversed. It can be male or female. It could be any type of environment. I'm talking, it doesn't necessarily have to be your grown adult children. I'm talking about, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sibling, doesn't necessarily have to be a parent. It can be a stranger sometime that's just getting a little loose with it and thinking they can say whatever. People can walk up to you so easily and tell you what they don't like about you. They don't even know you. But when you got people in your life that you think is on the up and up, that you think is for you, that you think is loyal, and they start to show you a different side, be thankful that you know. Because see, God can reveal who people are in a matter of seconds. But it's up to us sometimes to not taking the flags down. It's up to us sometimes to not sit up here and act like God got it wrong. God ain't got it wrong. But see, in your spirit, you want to be that nice person. And then don't you know, you keep being that nice person, you will open up more problems to your life that you was not expecting. Opening up problems, opening up yourself to the wrong person can lead you to a life of depression, and it would take you a while sometimes to get out of it. Opening up your life to the wrong person that you're trying to, feel so sorry for, to the point where you don't want to hurt them, but in actuality hurting yourself, can lead you sometime to anxiety. It can put you on the bottom when you are supposed to be the head of your life. To think you are the head with God ahead of you to lead you, to direct you, if you're able to listen. Because see, if your mind is so cluttered with non-stop thoughts on how to get through this day, how to deal with this person, how to be nice, how to you continuously being forgiving for what their actions, and not holding them accountable. But don't get me wrong, not everybody's going to respect you. Not everybody's going to give you an apology, because sometimes people see the glass full, sometimes people see it half empty. We're not always going to agree, but can we sometimes come together to agree to disagree, to find a common ground, to have respect? Sometimes, but that's why I have to say not everybody's going to respect what you're saying. Not everybody's going to see what you're saying. But when you know that you know that you know in your spirit that you are continuously being done wrong and you decided to walk away, keep that energy going. But if a person has sincerely turned themselves around and had a talk with Jesus to cleanse them of whatever that is, there could possibly be hope. But don't get comfortable. If somebody not only trying to injure you one time, two times, three times, four, over and over repeatedly, for me, myself, and I, and my self-help to keep my mind clear and keep my peace going, I sometimes have to take a break. And hopefully, by the time they do get themselves together, it won't be too late. But I'm trying to live a decent life, a best life, a carefree life, but a life that God has set aside for me. I'm not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be in danger every time you go to God, like, God, this is happening now. That's not normal. Like I said, build yourself up. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's so many answers in the Bible, y'all, that we have questions about. The Serenity Prayer is beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to recite. It is beautiful. It is beautiful to go over to the Ten Commandments. It's beautiful to find a scripture, one of your favorite scriptures that you like. It's just good. It's calming. It's reassuring. God is love. So, again, sometimes people are not meant to be in our lives, and it is okay to walk away. Once that's accepted, don't you know the angrier they have become, because they can't play them little silly mind games on you no more. Time out for all that. We in a new realm. We going to a higher level. And if they want to go too, they better get their mind right. Because not everybody can go with you. Not everybody is chosen. Not everybody is for you, and you're not for everybody.